Welcome back, guys, and for the new people out there, welcome. Anyways, what I'm doing today is S300 wheel for the Super Duty. It's about 3 months old, this product, and I've always wanted to try it, so I finally ordered it and got it in. So I'm in the process right now of taking off my turbo with the KC66 in it. So this will be a hybrid KC66 S300 maybe turbo. I don't know what to call it really, but I haven't seen any videos on this. I saw one, but it was for an OBS, no Super Duty videos. So anyways, I'm gonna finish knocking out this turbo. I got everything loose, just need to take off the second bolt back there and bust that clamp loose, and then the turbo will pull right out. So I'll be right back with the turbo out. Okay, I got the turbo out, and what we're replacing is that outdated exhaust wheel and the whole shaft, so whole turbo comes apart, which isn't a hard job at all. Nice little engine bay. This is by KC Turbos, this S300 wheel. And there it is. Okay, you can just see that from a front face. You know, you can't see any light behind it. Look at that one. Look how much gap there is. It's not only the gap that's an issue, it's the height. The old one, I'm going to compare it when it comes out, but the old one's probably maybe 2/3 of the height of this. But I'm going to get this turbo getting torn apart, and I'll be right back. First thing you want to do when you take apart the turbo is take off the compressor side and the exhaust side. Come on, focus. Okay, take off the compressor side and exhaust side housings, and we'll get you down to your wheel, both sides. God, I don't know why this is having such trouble focusing tonight. But anyways, the bolts that come out are a 12.8mm bolt. No, a 6-point will not work on these. And next is to take off the compressor wheel. Once you have that off, there's 4 bolts behind the compressor wheel here, and this whole backing plate will come off, and then the internal, which would be the oil pump for the turbo, no oil direction, whatever you want to call it, take that off, and then your exhaust side housing will pop off, and you can start throwing it back together. So I'm going to take off the wheel, backing plate, and then I'm going to come back to take that off. Once you have the compressor side backing plate on, you'll have this, which feeds the oil with those little holes. Did you have this piece? Not exactly sure what it's called. This all fits on the back side of that plate. It just happened to stay on the shaft when I took it apart. And you have this spacer right here. Then there's one more piece that'll come out when you take the plate shaft out, but we're gonna take out these 4 bolts here quickly. And once I take those 4 bolts off, the whole slide out. Alright, I got that piece out, and the wheel and shaft comes with it. So, old wheel versus new wheel. See the different design, different angle. Hell yeah. So then this just pulls out, and then this cup comes off afterwards, and that'll be it for disassemble of a turbo. And once you have it all apart, there's a little seal that goes in there. I already have it transferred over. If you have a rebuild kit, throw it on. I rebuilt this turbo when I did my KC66 kit, so that was only not even 10,000 miles ago. So I'm just going to reuse all these, and then you just slap the turbo back the way it came apart, and I'm going to show you how all these fit in. So stay tuned. Once you have that oil ring on and the exhaust side turbine back on, you're going to want to put your snail back on, as I like to call it, with those 4 bolts, and let's do that right now. Alright, going back together, make sure you have this O-ring in there, you have this spacer down there, and you have this spacer right here. First off, you're going to take this piece that squirts the oil, put that down. And then this gap, I'll just set it in here. But this gap right here to here is larger than all the other ones. And there's a cutout right there. So just throw that there. And then you're going to set this onto there. I could probably just take this spacer off, set it on there, turn this upside down, set it on there, and then flip it back over and get these bolts back in the compressor side housing. And then once you have your compressor backing on, you can throw your wheel back on, and KC says not to use a stock wheel on this at all. It's too much for a stock wheel to handle. They said they recommend a billet wheel. This right here is a 66 millimeter billet wheel with a KC66 housing and everything like that. Race ported 4-inch inlet. It's a great upgrade if you want to do that. So I'm gonna throw the wheel on, get the housings back on, and throw it back in the pickup. And just like that, it's all back together. Old wheel, the new wheel in there. Man, I am so excited to do this. I wanted to do it last night, but had to stay late at work. Not a big deal. Doing it tonight. I'm just gonna throw it back in the pickup. And usually this is easier than taking it out because that back up pipe clamp is a pain. If you haven't done this before, make sure you have an air hammer, long pry bars, crowbars, big hammers, and then you're good. But yeah, once you get that out, once you get that back clamp loose, you're golden. Then also have a 4-inch intake now with the Ford 4 adapter. Not really an adapter. Is that ice pretty good, Cowie? Yeah. I haven't done anything since the KC66 kit, so I'm excited to do this, and hopefully this turbo will be left alone for a while until I get a KC38R. And yeah, so I'm just gonna slap it back in here quickly and I'll get a video of it running. And just like that, turbo's all put back in, and I am nice and dirty. But now I'm going to give her a fire, make sure everything sounds alright, and check for leaks and go take her for a test drive. Alright, I'm taking a test drive right now. And one thing I notice is I can actually hear the exhaust turbine whistle when I let it off a little bit. Almost sounds like a vacuum cleaner in a way. Like a shoo! But also, the boost is just right there. You don't have to wait a long time for it. It's just right up to 10 pounds very easily. I have not gotten on her yet. Was making sure everything sounds alright first, but definitely gonna have to try her out a little bit tonight. That'll wrap it up for today's video, and thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't for more videos, and please, if you would, leave some comments. I'd love to know what you guys want me to do, if it's anything four-wheeler related or more diesel stuff. Just let me know and I'll give it to you guys. See ya.